What is good, everybody? Welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys 3 different ways you can land a remote sales role. I coach tradies, I coach other people similar to myself and help them get into remote work full time to get them off the tools and what have you. And one thing I've noticed over doing this for the last couple of years, a lot of you guys are very good at learning the skills, at acquiring the certificates and everything you need. But one thing you guys struggle with is actually finding your first role and getting onto a sales role. You know, you've got all the skills, you've got everything you need to be able to get that role, but it's just a lot of you guys are getting roles, but it's one thing that I notice you guys are struggling with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you 3 ways that you can go about landing your first role, and I'm going to find 10 different roles for each way live with you guys so I can show you just how simple it can be when you know where to look. I've done a video very similar to this in the past, but yeah, I thought I'd go ahead and just find 10 remote roles for each way. So I'm just going to go ahead, jump on the computer, start that up and share my screen with you guys. We'll start with Seek.com. I've covered this in the past, like I said, but I want to go ahead and go through it with you guys and find 10 opportunities that you'll be able to apply for right now, providing you have a CV or a resume, and you can obviously put your certifications on there if you have it. So we're going to go ahead and write, remote appointment setter. Let's have a gaze at a few roles here. Where, doesn't matter, it's gonna be remote. Okay, what do we got here? B2B appointment setter. For those of you who don't know, B2B means business to business. Let's have a gaze. So $65,000 to $90,000 a year, a hybrid. I assume that means, you know, you'd be doing appointment setting and closing. Let's have a gaze to see if it is a remote role and see if it has everything that we want. So 2 years minimum outbound call experience. So this one is obviously, you're not going to be able to get this as your first role because they want 2 years experience. So that's not going to be a great one for your first role because they want someone that's experienced. Right, we got here appointment setter and high ticket sales, remote, $180,000 plus expected earnings. Now, outbound call center and customer service. So I assume this is not, it says remote, but let's have a gaze. So first 60 days, pay ramp up period with guaranteed retainer. So I guess the first 60 days will be like, you got to prove yourself that you know kind of what you're doing. From day 61, commission only, just like we get paid when the client wins, so do you. Average performers from month 3, $8,000 a month. Top performers, $15,000 plus a month, which is pretty crazy when you think about it. That's like more than most FIFO workers earn. Work from anywhere in the world as long as you have internet, is fast and reliable. Perfect, that's what we want. About the role, so it's a dental empire. 1,000 plus Australians every month transform their smile. Yep, okay, dental implants, cool. No cold calls, that is what we want. Follow up with inbound patient inquiries. So you're not cold calling random people, you'll be calling people that have already shown interest. Pre-qualify and book their consultation. Yep, that's appointment setting. Follow up after they meet the dentist. Yep, that's pretty standard follow up. Close the treatment plan, often worth $25,000 plus. Do the maths. 5% of 25K is going to be $1,250. 10% is going to be $2,500. That is a great offer to get on. This role isn't for rookies. Obviously technically if you've got training, you've got a certificate, you're not a rookie, right? They're not looking for someone that is no training or anything like that. Anyway, moving on, we'll go to the next one. Appointment setter and existing customers. So we got 65 to 75K. Let's have a gaze here. Benefits, full training provided plus regular coaching and mentoring. That is also good. It means they are obviously open to beginners because they're going to provide full training, even though you may already have some training, which is only going to help you out. I'm just trying to see, it doesn't actually say if it's remote or not. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. Appointment setter, work from home, part-time, 15 to 20 hours. That's probably a good role if you are, you're still working and you're looking to land your first role and make the transition. That's definitely a good one until you are able to, leave. As one of the SDRs, so this is an SDR role. So you'll be getting a list of people that have expressed interest in some way, calling them up, going through the appointment setting process, booking them in, and then, the sales team will close the deal. You'll earn the money. Not much info on that one, to be honest. This one here, wanted sales and booking agents, full-time work from home, perfect. Expected income, $90,000 to $100,000 per year. What other job can you get that is paying you $120,000 a year to work from your home? Bro, that's like FIFO FIFO income. That's like tradie income where you're going and busting your guts. Our team is made up of 80% sales queens and 20% sales kings. All are welcome to apply it. So if you're a female, this is probably a very good role because, you know, they clearly hire more females than males. I don't know if there's a reason for that, but yeah, warm leads only. That is huge. No cold calling, because cold calling can be very monotonous. It can be very, very frustrating when you're just calling people that aren't even interested. But if you got warm leads, you're calling people that are already interested. They've already expressed interest. So yeah, no ego. That is a huge killer of salespeople, is when they have an ego. Drop the ego, understand that you don't know everything, and you know the person teaching you probably knows more, and you'll go a lot further. Uncapped commissions plus real career growth. That's what we want. Uncapped comms, which means the more deals that close from appointments that you set, the more money you are going to make. That is what we want. Uncapped comms is awesome. This application is not for everyone. This role is not a fit if you submit generic AI written cover letter. Fair enough. Can't commit full-time, part-time, or just testing the waters. So, you know, this is going to be a role that you're going to want to go all in with, not necessarily on the side of your work. From my experience, just put your back against a wall, quit your job, and then you have to make it happen. But yeah, I'm comfortable with high volume outbound sales or chasing opportunities. We're fully remote, flexible, and fast paced. If you need micromanagement, this isn't the place. Fully remote, that is what you want. That means you can piss off to Thailand, work from there, go out for dinner with your missus or your mates, and then do the same the next day. Go do whatever you want and work at the same time, earn an income while you travel. That's the whole reason a lot of people want to do this. Perfect. Moving on, $30 to $45 an hour. You don't really want to get an hourly rate role. That's not really what you want. You want commissions, so that way you have the ability to grow and make more money. $70 to $100,000 per year, senior appointment setter, remote. Obviously it's a remote role, 1,000 plus graduates trained, 250 plus partner companies. Perfect. What you'll do, you won't just be booking calls, you'll be the first voice ambitious professionals here when they decide to change their life, stepping into remote high ticket sales and earning up to 1K a day from their laptop. Sounds pretty good. This is for you if you're obsessed with growth and ready to lock in, you perform under pressure and love being held to high standards, you're competitive, coachable, and take ownership. If you just want something chill, you're juggling multiple side hustles, you resist feedback or avoid accountability, do not bother. So what you'll get, you get a base. A lot of these roles do not offer a base, so this is a good role. Plus super, you know, if you're in Australia, you get paid super, plus uncapped commissions. That is what we want. Realistic 1 year OTE, 80 to 110,000. High performers will crush this. That is what you want. You want to aim to be a high performer. Clear progression pathway, daily coaching from elite sales leaders, 100% remote. I keep saying it. This is what you'll want. It means you can travel. It means you can live wherever you want. You can, yeah, it opens up so much freedom and a world of opportunities when you can earn over 100K a year while being wherever you like. I can't state how important that is, how awesome that is. But yeah, I don't know how many we're up to now, but what's this one? $20,000 to $30,000 a month. That is crazy. So what have we got? Remote sales closer. So this is not appointment setter, this is a closer. Inbound calls only. That you can't beat that. You know, a lot of these companies will just want to hire people to do cold calling and outbounds. But if you can get on inbound calls only, it means the people are warm leads. They're coming to the company wanting to buy, basically. They're not just getting hassled by a cold caller. So what you'll be doing, closing inbound sales calls via Zoom, working from home, fully remote, following a proven sales process, updating outcomes and tracking. Yep, that's very standard. Earnings. $10,000 to $35,000 per month. Uncapped commission structure, paid per sale. If you can close, you will earn. There you go. What more do you need to know? Proven experience in high ticket sales or remote sales, strong communication and confidence on Zoom, high level of personal accountability, ability to follow a structured sales process, hunger to improve and earn more. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So once again, this is not going to be for someone that is looking for their first role. You know, if you've been on an SDR team for a little while, this will probably be a better one for you. What we're looking for, yeah. Perfect. Move on to the next one. What do we got here? A-Star recruitment, $90,000 per year plus commissions. That is insane. $90,000 base. Is it remote? Let's have a look. Is it remote? It may not be remote. Minimum 3 years plus experience of dealing with C-suite executives if required. Okay, so this is not going to be a entry-level role, but this just gives you an idea of the kind of income you can earn once you've had a little bit of experience. Like, there's so many opportunities out there. You just need to get your leg in the door and get your first opportunity and get that experience, and then you can literally take this wherever you like, as far as you like, anywhere in the world. That's the main thing, you know. This one here, this one's only 20 hours a week. We got fully remote work from anywhere in Australia. So, you know, if you don't want to leave the country, this might be a good one. Initial 3-month assignment, 20 hours per week with strong potential to extend. Flexible working hours with business hours. Structure your week around your life. That's awesome. Like, you literally can work from anywhere you want in Australia. You got flexible working hours, so you can structure your however you want, basically. So this is also going to be another great one to, you know, transition out of your job, because it is only 20 hours per week. So you can, you know, work that into your schedule. And yeah, this is going to be a great stepping stone role. So you'll be part-time SDR appointment setter to support lead generation and new client acquisition. Pretty standard, but yeah. So that gives you a bit of an understanding. Like, a lot of these roles, estimated earnings is around 60 to 110,000 plus commissions, which is awesome. Like I said, steer clear of the hourly rate. You know, if you're gonna be on an hourly rate, just keep working your trade, bro. You know, you want commissions, so then you can start to earn real money, and the potential's there, the potential for growth. That's what you want. You don't want this hourly rate crap. That's just, it's not what you want. But yeah, I don't know how many I've gone over. I'm not sure if it's up to 10 or not, but as you can see, there is no shortage of roles out there. There is so many. If anything, there's a shortage of trained salespeople, which just gives you the benefit if you are actually trained. Okay, that's Seek.com. That's, you know, an Australian one. If you want to go on Indeed or LinkedIn, you're going to be able to find roles that are out of Australia as well. My first role ever was actually a US-based company. If you're in Australia, you don't necessarily have to go for Australian roles. You just have to be willing to work with the time zone, depending on where the company is based and where the, you know, the clients that they're acquiring is based. But yeah, that's Seek. You know, job seeker can be great. Another way is Facebook groups, free high ticket appointment setter and closer opportunities. So I haven't actually joined this group. I used to be in a different one, but let's have a look here what we've got. So Alliance Partners is hiring. Requirements: English proficiency, yep, fair enough. 1 to 3 years of experience in real estate cold calling campaigns. This is obviously not going to be one for an entry level role. This is a weird pay structure, $3 to $3.5 per hour depending on experience. That's not the best one. Hiring B2B high ticket appointment setters. B2B is also good because, you know, when you're dealing with business to business, you're not dealing with business to consumer. So like business to business, you're going to have a lot more qualified buyer because a business is going out looking for what they want rather than just a random person expressing interest, if that makes sense. Fast growing European AI company. Learn fast and execute immediately. Where's the pay structure? That's what I want to know. It doesn't say. So hiring associate campaign manager, DM setter, remote. So that's remote, 100% outbound DM setting. So this is not an amazing role, right? You're doing outbound. So you're going to be, you know, messaging people that, I don't know, maybe they've expressed a little bit of interest, but yeah, it's pretty much like cold calling, but with DMs. So this is not a great one, but compensation, 10 to 25K a month. I mean, that's pretty crazy if that's actually true. Performance based on appointments delivered, strong written communication, 50 plus hours of training. Okay, so that just means, you know, you've been training for 50 hours or you've had experience. Ongoing coaching provided. That means, you know, they actually have people capable of teaching you more rather than just getting thrown in there and left to your own devices. Now, one thing you have to be careful with Facebook is like, a lot of these roles are going to sound too good to be true, which means they probably are. Like if they're offering you $1,000 or $1,000 per booked call, regardless of if they close, don't do it. That is just not realistic. Like no one's going to pay you $1,000 for booking an appointment, even if the sale isn't getting made. Like you just need to have your wits about you when it comes to if it sounds too good to be true, right? So this possibly could be too good to be true, with realistic earning potential ranging from $200,000 to $300,000 a year annually. I mean, it's doable on some roles, but if they're like guaranteeing you that, yeah, it's a little bit fishy, right? Hiring B2B, high ticket appointment setters, AI company. I'm trying to look for the payment structure, but it's not telling me. Sales closer, remote, fitness coaching brand. Fitness coaches are a great first role to have because there's so many fitness coaches out there, and it's a problem that so many people want solved, right? Overweight, or they want to be in shape. Who doesn't want to be in shape? There's so many people out there that are not in shape that want to be. That's why it's such a good business model and good one to work for as a sales rep. Yeah, a lot of these are not telling me like the income structure, which is a bit frustrating. We're hiring appointment setters, commission only, no limits, just results. bonus for 3 close a month. So if you get, if you get 3 closes per month, you get a bit of a bonus, which is cool. It's still not telling me the commission structure or anything like that, which, oh, hang on, it might be here. AI agency, bonus for 3+ closes per month. Target markets, USA, Europe, UK, Dubai. Still not telling me the commission structure. Appointment setter plus closer equals double commission. So if you set your own appointments and you close it, you get double the amount of commissions, which is pretty good. Like, you get a fair bit of freedom when you're able to do that. You know, you can go in, pick your leads, get them on a call with you, close the deal, bingo. It's the same one as before. That's someone like asking for a role. Our DM setting team makes $200 to $300 setter close and $300 for a closer close. DM me for info on joining. Okay, not much info there. All right, that guy's applying for a role. Looking for 2 driven appointment setters to join on a commission basis. Your job, find leads, reach out and book calls. Simple. We want people who have done this before. So yeah, you earn 15% commission on every deal you bring in. No cap, no ceiling. 15% commission is pretty darn good. I mean, it doesn't show how much the offer actually is, but 15% is very good. Normally it's 5% for an appointment setter. What else we got here? Oh, that's more people. We're hiring follow-up specialist, remote, part-time, net salary $200 plus. Yeah, okay, I don't really know what that is. Right, so as you can see, these roles aren't as good as the ones you find on Seek, but you still can cherry pick through here and find decent roles. What I would recommend is looking for a fitness coach or a fitness offer to work for. It's a great one to start with because a lot of the customers that are coming to that specific coach are ready to buy because they know they need to lose weight. They've already, expressed interest in that specific coaching program. It's just a matter of you running them through everything and taking payment basically. But yeah, this is honestly not the best Facebook page. There is another one I actually have found roles on before. Setters and closers, job opportunities. Trying to find the specific one that I have seen before. It's not that one. Maybe it got, oh, here we go. This is the page that I've used myself before and I've done a fair bit of looking on. Right, why is it all the same person? Maybe this one's gone to shit as well. Looking for my next role. Yep. So like I said, you do have to filter through these Facebook pages, but I've had a lot of my students have success with landing roles through these Facebook pages. You just have to be patient. You just have to be willing to filter through and be willing to apply for as many as you possibly can. Don't do 2 in a day and be like, oh yeah, they'll get back to me. Just hound them. Just send your resume out, send your certification out. Absolutely be brutal with the follow-up. But yeah, anyway, moving on, we'll go to the third way, which is going to be Instagram. A lot of these businesses that hire appointment setters and closers are run through Instagram. And like I've mentioned, a very good place to start is going to be fitness coaches, right? Here, my friend Aaron Humphreys, for example, he is a fitness coach. He has his own offer. As you can see, 250 plus lives changed. I help busy men and women drop or gain 10 kilos. Now, I've spoken to Aaron quite a bit. He is quite a successful business person. And as you can see, he doesn't have a great deal of followers, right? He's got nearly 8K followers, which is not a great deal. However, his business is still booming. He's still got lots of people coming through, lots of clients. He has got a sales team behind him, which means there's a lot of fitness coaches out there with a similar following or a bit more. So you don't necessarily have to be on the guys with 300,000 followers, 500,000 followers, 1 million followers. You don't necessarily have to be on those offers to make very good money. You can reach out to someone like Aaron, which, I know how well his business is doing. It's doing quite well. And the best thing is, like, he's come from the trades himself. He's recently gone full time with his business, but he's come from the trades himself. He's come from FIFO himself. So he's going to be willing to work with someone and give someone an opportunity that has come from where he's come from. And also, like, he's just an everyday Aussie. Like, you're going to be able to get along with him well. You're going to be able to communicate well. And he's going to be a good person to work for, if that makes sense. Whereas, like, a lot of these bigger guys are just going to be bits of dicks, just so, like, money driven and just a little bit harder to get along with. Whereas someone like Aaron, who's a bit of a smaller business, going to be a great working environment, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm just lucky that Aaron's page was up there. But for example, we'll look at someone like Prime Train, who's another fitness coach. He's a bit bigger, or a fair bit bigger, 178,000 followers. Same thing, I help 21 to 50-year-old men get in shape and quit bad habits. DM me coach. I actually have one of my previous students working for Prime Train currently, and and I know how successful his business is doing because I've spoken to my friend who works for him about it. And yeah, it's the same with him and Aaron. Like, he's just a good dude, a good Aussie. He's going to be, you know, a good boss to work for, and he's going to be willing to give a lad that's willing to have a decent crack, going to be willing to give him an opportunity, right? So here's another one that would be great to work for. But you know yourself, there is so many fitness coaches on Instagram. All you have to do is look up fitness coach. Richard, this guy's from WA, like I was. He's a FIFO fitness coach, so he helps, you know, FIFO workers get in shape with managing their, you know, their diets and that while they're away on site. 600 plus men transformed. Same thing. He's not a huge creator. He's got a decent following, but like not massive. There's another one, another Aussie dude, be good to work for. See what I mean? There's so many out there. All you have to do is, right, fitness coach again. Beth, she's from Perth. She does coaching for girls. Females, same thing, not a massive following, but still a very successful business person. Another good one to work for. She's a good chick. What else we got here? So the reason I'm saying fitness coach is because there's so many and they're all doing really well. So they're all going to be, you know, good people to work for. Stefan, I've just started following him recently. Another fitness coach, right? You don't necessarily have to work for a fitness coach, but the reason I say it is because a lot of you guys are trying to find your first role, and fitness coaches, fitness businesses are going to be your best bet when it comes to landing your first role, because most of them are just very down-to-earth people. They'll be willing to give you an opportunity. They might be still learning the sales process themselves. So any training you have, if anything, you're probably going to be able to teach them sales rather than the other way around. You know, a lot of these fitness guys are very good fitness coaches, but they're not very good salesmen. So someone that comes in and can give them advice on sales structures, they're going to be willing to give you an opportunity because you're already providing value to their business by knowing more about sales than them. But yeah, I think you get the gist, right? You could go on for days looking for fitness coaches or any type of coaches, e-com coaching, drop shipping, Amazon FBA, anything like that. You know, there is endless. There's so many, and there's so many people doing well with online business that there is just no shortage of businesses and creators to work for. But yeah, I hope this gave you a bit of an understanding. I just wanted to, you know, show you guys that it is actually a lot more simple to find roles than what you think. I think a lot of people tend to procrastinate on the idea of landing a role when it's like, you've done the work, you've learned the skills, you've got it behind you, you've got the certificate, you literally just need to cross the last hurdle, which is getting that role, which is, like I said earlier, what a lot of you guys struggle with. And I mean, I've got an inner circle on WhatsApp with students of mine, and all the time I'm getting business owners and creators and content creators, coaches reach out to me on Instagram asking for setters or closers, which I have provided some of my boys with roles on those specific offers. So that's also another way, is just networking, knowing people. You know, the guys in my inner circle have obviously invested in themselves, got coaching, and now because they've networked with me, they're in this group chat, and then I put opportunities in there for them guys, so they get first pick over someone that is, you know, trying to go about things on their own. So yeah, networking is also a huge one. It's, you know, like they say about a lot of things, it's who you know, not what you know. But yeah, hope that gave you guys a bit of an understanding of, you know, how to go about landing your first role. I've made videos like this in the past, and I will continue to do so because, like I said, this is one of the bottlenecks that a lot of guys struggle with, is actually getting on that first role. But yeah, if you guys do want to, you know, fast track your progress, get coaching from myself, and so yeah, if you guys do want to fast track your process and get sales coaching in appointment setting, DM setting, SDR, and closing, and be able to get certified in all three, you can reach out to me on Instagram. _Brodie White is my Instagram, or in the description of this video there will be a link where you can book in a call with one of my success coaches from my team, and you know, they're going to be able to go over things with you, see if you're the right fit, see if it's actually what you're looking for, and then yeah, we can get you started. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got some value from it, and I shall see you in the next one.